Good morning, guys. This is Raisa O'Farrell here from risastarot.blogspot.com. How are you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys had a wonderful week last week and it was very productive. Because as far as I'm concerned, it was very productive. Remember last week we went over the energies of the magician. And the magician manifests. The magician has the power in his hands and with the elements to make things happen. And some of it are surprises. The way the planets are lining up at the moment, they're bringing us surprises. They're bringing us harvest to some of those seeds that we have planted in the past. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for all of your likes, your shares, your comments, the love that I feel coming from the people that are part of my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. A lot of them have become my clients or people that I communicate with. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I wanted to extend my thanks, my heartfelt thanks to all of you, whether you're new to my channel or have been with me from the very beginning, because some of you have, and you still comment, and you still express your loving emotions towards me. Thanks, guys. I do love you. Sending lots of kisses and a great big hug, and a little bit of healing your way on a physical level, on a spiritual level, and on a mental level, because I do want to share my experiences and what I have with each and every one of you. If you guys are interested in a private reading with me, please check my link below. Check the eye up here. I know sometimes I point over here, the eye's over here. I'll point here, the eye's over there, because once I record it, it kind of flips it and dyslexia kicks in and I'm pointing in the wrong direction. But anyway, check the eye. You also have my address over here where you can write to me if you have any questions, and I'll send you my introductory email where it explains the readings and it explains some things about what you would like to ask me. You know, I'll give you answers, so just communicate with me or click my link below. It'll take you right to my sites. The eye will have a link to all of my readings that I have been revamping here lately, and there's still a couple that I need to add. Be patient with me, but as we go along on this channel, as we grow, I will grow as well, and I will expose you to other things that need to be done, but everything is in divine timing. Alright, guys, as we have been following the path of the Fool, today we're going to introduce how the High Priestess, which is the second card of the Major Arcana, this is the second archetype that the Fool meets. The High Priestess. The High Priestess lives within all of us. Okay? It is lessons from the past that we have in our book of life. It is our intuition. It is our connection to the divine. Many times she is depicted as the Mother Mary, Isis, any of the old important women from lore, from experiences that have lived many years ago, that were very important to their culture, to their people, that were leaders. They got their messages from the divine as well. And the High Priestess just embodies that. It embodies the person that is totally dedicated to learning to the divine. Some of these are virgins that don't have relationships. They are just someone that is connected, completely connected to the divine. They help other people, and they don't really have relationships that veer them off from the path of the High Priestess. So some of you may meet someone like that, someone that's a teacher, someone that will lend you some of their experience, that will guide you, that will help you along the path. Some of you need to tap into your intuitive guidance from the divine, because we all have it. We all have that guidance there. Sometimes we don't want to listen to it, because the path that the ego decides to take is one direction. And the path of the divine, or your intuitive guidance, your High Priestess, is another. We're all spirits in a body, okay? Our spirits are always connected to the divine, whether we feel we're disconnected or not on the right path, or we're always connected to the divine. It's just that sometimes we allow ego, which is the devil card, to take over our lives. We want material things. We want relationships. We want connections with others. We want to do things our way. And we totally disconnect from the divine in our waking moments. But we're always truly connected through our divination, through our connection that we have. There's no way the divine lives in each one of our cells. And we're composed of many cells. Okay, so there's no way that we can become disconnected, but we try not to follow our guidance sometimes because we want to go this direction. We want that car, we want this relationship, we want this and that. And we don't want to let go of the desires that we have to the mundane things, to the material things, to power perhaps, you know. But eventually we all have to listen to our guidance. Eventually we go down the right path. It just takes a little while. It takes a little while for us to develop that intuitive guidance. So today we're going to visit some of that in our daily lives for the week of April the 11th through to the 17th, how we can use the powers or the guidance of the High Priestess in each one of the areas of our lives, and how we're going to be able to mesh it in with the rest of the energies that we'll be experiencing this week. How can we bring out the High Priestess in each one of us to navigate through our careers, through our family lives, through our emotional lives, and how will we come out at the other end? The High Priestess is also governed by the moon. As you see her here, she has complete control over the intuition and the guidance. A lot of us need to learn the phases of the moon and how it affects us in real life, because it does affect us. Of course, the moon has the pull, tug and pull for all of us. Other planets do as well. But by learning some of the phases of the moon, here she has her foot on the crescent moon, and how it affects us, it will help us navigate, because sometimes it's, you know, in a position where we can release some of our negative energies or patterns or just things that we don't want to see manifest in our lives anymore, or that we would like to change. And sometimes we're reaping in, we're pulling in the energies of the seeds that we have planted and receiving. So we need to learn, because the moon does have a lot of guidance, okay? So let's see. Very first card that pops out. Let's say the first stack is the emotional life, okay? The second stack is our careers. And the third stack is home and family. We get the High Priestess again. Okay, for the beginning of the week, in our emotional lives, we're going to be walking away from some things that no longer serve us. Perhaps there's a new path that we're going to be embarking on, and it's more of a spiritual path. Some of it has to do with the eclipses that we just went through. Here it is, the sun and the moon. So due to some of the energies from the eclipse, due to some of the energies of the High Priestess that we're going to be dealing with this week. There goes the first time I drop a card today. Let's see. Let's see if they make me pick them up a lot. They did during the monthly zodiac readings. Oops, I dropped something. Okay. By using the energies of the High Priestess, we're going to be walking away from some things in our emotional life. This could be anything. It could be relationships, it could be family life, it could be work life. There's some things that we're going to be changing. Some things we're going to be saying no to, and some things we're going to be saying yes to. And this will all happen within a month. Within a month, you're going to be changing something about the path that you have been following. Something that you've been doing for a very long time that you have realized, you know what, this no longer serves me. So I will be turning around. I will be going back for some of you, some of the paths that you have walked before, some of the seeds that you have planted in the past, and you're turning towards that again. Or some of you are going to be walking away from the past, walking away from what you're doing now and going to something totally different. Okay, so this card pertains to many areas of life. It pertains to many directions that you will take. You will just be taking something different, maybe taking something new up, but something that does connect you more to spirit, to the divine. You will be using your intuitive guidance more, and you're going to want to connect to that more. You're going to want to follow that path a bit more than what you have. Now, in our careers, school, work life, people at work, we're having the Strength card that represents us this week. Okay? So we're going to have to be very strong in our decisions this week. We're going to have to keep our animalistic energies under control, because perhaps you're going to have some things that change, all right? At work, or more responsibility. Maybe a lot of people are going to be looking at you and saying, hey, you know, this person can use a little bit more responsibility. Perhaps we'll help her move up the ladder. Perhaps we'll give her this other opportunity to grow. Maybe they're looking at you for another project. Whatever it is, for each one of us, it'll be different at work, where we'll need to be strong about the decisions that we take. We also need to be careful that we don't put too much responsibilities on ourselves. If you're being asked to do things that perhaps doesn't jive well with your energies, or you're not sure if you want to take up so much responsibilities, you need to really think about it, and you need to be strong, okay? Because we could lust after a lot of our passions and want to do many things, and what we end up doing is destroying ourselves, because we overwork ourselves, we overburden ourselves. So again, when it comes to your work life, your careers, your school, the things that you're learning, how you're moving forward in life, where your material concerns are, you need to be very strong. You need to make sure that you're taking the right decisions, because right now there's a lot of energies that are opening for all of us, so we have to make sure that we don't take on too much. Remember, at the beginning of the week, we're going to be looking at our situation and perhaps walking away from some things that we thought were important, or a path that we have been following. We're going to be changing direction a bit, okay? By using our intuitive guidance. Again, in where work is concerned, we need to use our guidance. We need to feel, okay? We need to look inside and feel. What is it that our guidance is telling us? Where is it telling us that we need to be a little bit stronger, that we need to follow this particular path, and see where it leads us? By pulling out the strength that lives within all of us, we will be able to see within our intuition and our strength, we can follow a particular path. We'll be able to go in a direction and be strong about it. You need to be decisive. You need to believe in yourself, okay? Some of you are going to be faced with something new that you really haven't ever done. But it's the path that the divine wants you to take. It's not your ego. Your ego is going to be in fear. It's going to go, oh no, you can't do this. No, you got to continue where you've been all this time. This is safe. Don't go over here, because you don't know. Maybe you're going to be ridiculed. Maybe someone is going to say something to you that'll cut you down so that they can take your place. You need to be very careful. You need to be strong, okay? Control your path forward. Control your lust as well for life. Don't take on too much. Just know exactly what you can handle and what you would like to do, because there's some dreams that we've had that we haven't really followed because we don't have enough confidence in ourselves. Okay? But we need to be strong and believe in ourselves, because we're completely protected by the divine, and it's up here on this card. This card also symbolizes fire signs that may come into your life this week, and they may have some guidance for you, or some situations that they will bring up that you'll have to be very intuitive and see which direction it is that would better benefit you, okay? Because not everything that's going to come your way is going to benefit you. I mean, it'll be a good opportunity, but perhaps you don't want to follow that path because you want to follow something different. So you have to be strong. Also, my messages today for you from the angels was, practice makes perfect. I thought, well, how funny. This is while I'm taking a shower and trying to get ready for my reading. That was because I asked, okay, what's going to be my slogan for the reading? What do you want me to touch upon? Immediately, practice makes perfect. I thought, what? But then as I was getting dressed and still concentrating on that, it's all about confidence in yourself, okay? That's all I got. So then I finally said it. I thought, okay, oh, that's why you told me practice makes perfect. And here's the card that also symbolizes that, because you need to have confidence in yourself on these new paths that you want to take, on these new ideas that you're getting, that the divine is bringing to you, because I had a ton of downloads just this morning already. I've only been up for maybe an hour or so, I think, or an hour and a half. And constantly. Intuition opened up, lots of downloads, because I'm ready. I'm opening myself up to the divine, and I'm saying, okay, what exactly is it that you would like me to do or start doing? And first of all, I need to have confidence in myself, in this new path that's opening up for me that they want me to follow, that I really truly want to follow myself, but I have always been afraid. And practice makes perfect, because once you start and you take that little baby step forward of whatever it is that you guys want to do and be very confident about it, the more you practice it, the more perfect you become at it, and eventually you will teach it. Okay, so practice makes perfect, and it makes perfect sense to me that my angels told me that this morning, because yay, it does go well with what I'm looking at here and what I am doing on my path and what I am trying to express to you guys for this week, which a lot of you will jive with it. Again, this is a very general reading, and it may not mesh with all of you guys, but it will with some. And that is the whole point of this, you know. It will with some. And if you really open up to what I'm saying, it will with pretty much everyone that's attracted to listen to my video within the next few weeks. I've noticed that some people listen to the video a year later, months and months later. And I'm looking at it going, what day was that? You know, and that was a while back. But whenever you guys are attracted to listen to a video, it's when you need to hear it, because there's one word, there's one particular guidance in there that you're looking for. And it'll say it on that particular video, even if it's months later or 3 years later. You'll get it, because it'll mean something to you that day when you hear it. So always keep that in mind, guys, that I may say something to you today that someone will listen to 3 months down the road. They listened to it because there was one thing there that they were struggling with, and they heard it, and okay, shit, that's it. I needed to hear that. And, you know, that's just the way that intuitive guidance, channeled guidance works, the tarot, you know. It's messages that you receive from the divine that you need to hear at a particular moment. Perhaps this doesn't make sense to you today, but 3 days down the road, when you encounter the energy of strength, then you'll know, oh my God, this is what she was talking about, why I need to be strong today, because I've been hit up with this new surprising decision or this new thing that just popped up, and I have to pull my strength. And you can't get mad about it, or you can't lose control. That's all about here, the strength card. You see how she has her hands around the lion's mouth, and she's controlling it, but through love, okay, through guidance, through love, through softness, not force, because the woman cannot control the lion. The lion can actually rip her to shreds if he wanted to, but he's allowing her to control him through her loving guidance, not through force, because force doesn't work with a lion or with fire energy. Force doesn't work with it. But love and words spoken that are true and honest, that helps. Also controlling your inner animal instincts, you know, like you want to jump, you want to be impulsive, you want to sometimes get angry at what things that happen to you or what people do to you now. Keep control of it, complete control of that animalistic instinct that we all have, because in the middle of the week, something is going to come up where you will need to control. Think of your divine guidance. Take a second. Take a second to see what your divine guidance, your high priestess, says to you at that moment. And you will remember my words. You will keep in control. You will breathe. Breathing exercises this week may become very important to all of us, because we're going to need them in order to be able to proceed with the projects that we will have, with the situations that will come up. And breathing, hold your breath at the count of 3, then release. If you do that 3 times, trust me, you will change, because the breath helps us calm down, and it helps us proceed forward with whatever faces us, okay? Because some of the lessons, some of the situations that come up might be difficult. And when it comes to home and family, guess who came out again? This week is going to be all about following your intuitive guidance. It'll be about, by the end of the week, a lot of you are going to meet teachers. You're going to meet people that will teach you something, okay? And you need to use your intuitive guidance, your inner high priestess, in order to absorb it, okay? Also with your family, this represents the mother. Like I said, the Mother Mary or Virgin Mother. You need to pay attention to your mom, and perhaps some of you need to call your mom if she is still here. For some of you, your mother or a very important spirit guide is sending you a hello from the other side. This could represent your spirit guide as well that's giving you intuitive guidance. You need to open up and listen to the guidance. For some of you, if you have a mother or a sister or an aunt that has been like your mother or a grandmother, you need to spend some time with them by the end of the week, because this card here is in the position of family, home and family. So some things may be going on behind the scenes that you will find out, because this also expresses of secrets that come out, secrets that the High Priestess learns, secrets that you will get through intuitive guidance. You may hear something that you didn't know about your family. You may hear something that's going on. You need to pay attention to your mother and what's happening with her sometime this week, but mostly by the end of the week you'll need to spend some time with her, or talk to her, call her if she lives away from you, and make sure you touch base with your mother, okay? Also, you need to listen to your guidance. By the end of the week, something will come up that only through your intuitive guidance will you be able to make your choice. It's all about intuition this week, folks. It's all about your connection to the divine that you do have, but you need to start following it. You need to listen, because sometimes they're, like hammering in some information and you guys are not listening because you want what you want, and that's ego. And we'll touch upon that card soon enough. But today, it's all about following that intuitive guidance that we all have, that connection, and listening to it, darn it. Because if you get a feeling, or in your head, in your heart, that they're telling you go left instead of right, you should do it. Do it for a change and see what happens when you turn left. Or when you go knock on that door, or when you talk to your neighbor, or whatever it is that they're telling you to do. Call your parents, spend time with your family, speak to them, use your guidance as to who it is that they're trying to signal out. What is it that they're trying to tell you that you need to touch base with, that you need to talk to? Maybe you need to meditate by the end of the week with your family, perhaps. You need to talk to them about intuitive guidance. You need to tell them you need to listen to your intuition. You need to follow this. You need to help. Maybe you need to be the guide for some of the people in your family. You need to be their High Priestess. Use your intuition in order to help them somehow, because they will need your help by the end of the week. And pulling all of this together, folks, some of us will be changing our path when it comes to spiritual guidance, because we're opening up to our intuitive guidance and things are just not looking right. There's perhaps other things that would make you happier, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to follow this for a change in my life. I'm not going to continue down this path. I'm going to go this way, because a lot of you will change. Something will happen that changes your path. Maybe it's news that comes from the outside, or your own guidance that's telling you to do it. They're also asking you to be strong, because there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to fear. You are a master yourself, and you need to start believing in it. You need to believe in yourself. Have confidence in what you can do. And remember, practice makes perfect. By following your intuitive guidance, you will be able to navigate down a new path, okay? Or at the very least, you will start a new path. You will start thinking about it. You will start working towards it. You'll start thinking about new ideas of something that you're like, I never thought I could do that. But now you're at a point where, yes, I think I could do that. And have faith that you can. That strength that you're going to receive this month by the fire that comes from the Leo sign. This represents Leo. For some of you, you may meet a Leo that helps you. Or just a fire sign themselves. Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries may become very predominant. Maybe they'll have a new path for you to follow. Maybe they'll hit you up with a new idea and you're like, oh, really? Then you think about it, and you think about it, and you say, you know what? Oh, really sounds pretty good. I've never thought I could do that, but I might want to. For some of you, this might be a lot of loads, It could be a lot of your passions, a lot of responsibility. So you will have to let go of some of the responsibilities. Some of it you won't be able to do, but there will be some that ring true, some that you will, with strength, be able to follow. So just remember, because I did touch upon that as well. These new paths, these new ideas may bring a lot of responsibility and some stress into your life, because it's going to be a lot to handle. So some of it you'll have to either reposition how you do it, think about a new way of doing it, maybe not as much time, something. There'll be something that's going to be too much of a load. So remember this card, because all these new ideas are great. But in order to be able to use them, or to hone in by using your intuition as to which one to keep and which one to let go of, you'll be able to do it and then be strong, because you can't hold on to every one of your passions and everything that you want to do, or that others suggest that you do or that you change. Okay? So this is like the main card of the reading. There's going to be a lot of responsibilities for you this week, a lot of passions, and you won't be able to do them all, but you will be able to do some. Okay? You will, by changing how you're doing things at the moment, you will be able to do it by following your divine guidance. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. What do you think? Angel? Gateway Oracle? Loving words from Jesus? Okay. That was a no-brainer. Let's see. Ouch. That sounded loud, didn't it? Guidance, Lord. For all of us on our channel. Some words of wisdom as we will follow. What do you think? This one? Peace be unto you, as my Father has sent me. Again, following guidance, following a master, unconditional love, peace. By bringing some peace into your life this week, by following your intuitive guidance, you should be able to navigate the energies of this week quite easily. And remember, peace be unto you, as my Father has sent me. Guidance, this is all guidance. If you need help, ask for Jesus to come and guide you. Ask him to send you his angels, extra protection, extra guidance. And he will. Guys, I love you. Bye. I am going to record the monthly romance reading, which I hadn't done up to now, but I did put up all the zodiacs. Also, if you guys are so inclined, in the About Me section of YouTube, I have a link there for PayPal where you can donate to my channel. If you would like, I would graciously accept any size donation from you guys. I do love you very much, and have a blessed week. Remember, bring peace into your heart, control your animalistic instincts, your lust for life, so that you don't overburden yourself or overwork yourself. And remember, he's with us. If you need help, if you need guidance, if you need peace or more time to finish your work this week, ask for guidance. Ask for the Lord to come or send his messengers to help you this week. I love you guys. Bye for now.